Palm Sunday is coming up, and like so many other things in our lives, it's going to be a little different this year. My name is Peter Buss, and I have the privilege of leading the cathedral celebrations of Palm Sunday at 9:30 and 11. And if you'd like to stream those services, you can do so at bernathenchurch.org. I wanted to take a moment to describe how things are going to work this year and what we're going to focus on. Because as we know, we're not going to be able to gather as a large congregation and reenact the first Palm Sunday with a palm procession in a worship service in the cathedral. Instead, we're going to have to get a little creative. Maybe you could be like me today, who went into my yard and found something that looks kind of like a palm, even if it isn't a palm, if you can't get one, so that you can have your own enactment of the Palm Sunday procession in your worship, in your home, when we're gathered together on the live stream. And actually, that's the point that I want to focus on in our message portion of the service. There must be a way for us to worship the Lord on Palm Sunday. And actually, there must be a place in our lives where we can worship the Lord in ongoing ways. In that first Palm Sunday, when the Lord rode into Jerusalem, surrounded by those thousands of people who were praising him as the coming Messiah, some of the Pharisees asked him to make them stop. And Jesus said in response to them, "I tell you, if these should remain silent, the very stones would cry out." And what he meant by that is there was no way to contain their joy at that time. In similar ways, the Lord wants to have our joy and our desire to worship him be something that is unstoppable. The Lord modeled that for us by coming on earth and making sure, as he always does, that there is a church on earth where people can worship him. But that same Lord can touch our hearts with that ardent desire to carve out space in our lives to worship him, to learn from his word, and to be led by him to heaven. And that's one of the messages of Palm Sunday. The Lord can find a way to touch our hearts and make sure that our worship of him is unstoppable. There must be a place where we can worship him. I hope you can join us this Palm Sunday, and I hope that you have a wonderful Easter celebration with your family.